What's going on, guys? I just want to make a video breaking down my experience with Miami Sellers Conference 2026. This is my first time going to a work-related conference, and I really had a good time. I wasn't able to go for the full amount of time. It was from May 7th, 8th, and 9th. I had an event on the 7th and 8th, plus I had to travel to get there. I only made it to the 9th, but I'm telling you, I still think it was worth it. So the way it was set up, like a meet and greet kind of informal time. And then the 8th is when they started their speaker engagement time. So there was a large room stage, and then an expert in some area in e-commerce would come up and speak for as little as 10 minutes to 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. Then there was a lunch break that continued in the afternoon. And then after that, there was breakout sessions. And the breakout sessions were like 3 groups of breakout sessions going on at the same time, and you just go to whichever topic that you were interested in. I wasn't able to do that on the 8th, even though I wish that I was able to be there in the beginning where all that like fresh start energy goes, but it's okay because I was able to get there early on the 9th, and it was the same exact format. And I just got to see a lot of great speakers, man. I don't feel like I missed out too much to where it wasn't where it's going, but I was able to see Daniel Buford speak. And on Instagram, he's 1,000 ASINs, heavy hitter in the e-commerce space, doing OA and wholesale. His breakdown of how he built his business and seeing him like go through his slides at the same time, super inspirational. I was able to see Tracy Shelley speak. She's been in the e-commerce game for 30 years, like started with eBay, then went to Amazon, now she's crushing Walmart. I even went to a breakout session where she was teaching about Walmart as well. Picked up so much game from her, and then even later joined after MSC, was able to join a call, and she just happened to be on the call as well. So super cool to see her speak, talk about Walmart. And I got to see Flips for Miles, which is a big deal to me because he's actually my coach, and it's one thing to be able to text him and get answers and then join the calls in the community, but to meet in person, shake hands, and say, "What's going on, coach? Thanks for all the help." It was just dope, and I'm really glad that I was able to go there, experience MSC, and realize that it's really a small community. In that event, even though I only went that one day, I was able to see almost all the people on YouTube that I watched trying to learn about how to sell on Amazon. When I was driving home, I was listing 20 names and faces that I shook hands with and was able to say, "Hey, my name is Darren. I've seen your work on this or that, and it's really nice to meet you." And I'm not even a person that's good at remembering names. So it's a big deal that like I walked away with not only the knowledge that they dropped during the conference, but the actual bridging of a relationship. People that know a lot more about this than I do. And what comes from that is the networking. I was able to meet, aside from just the speakers, I was able to meet Jazz Hustles. I was able to meet Warner, Fields of Profit, the Gap King, Santi FBA, and a bunch of other members in my coaches community that I've been talking to online but never like met face to face. Also, I've been making it a point since MSC to really work on the networking. I've joined a call 4 out of the last 5 days, really making it a point to block at that 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. slot so that I can hop on a call. Of course, Elle is super supportive, making sure that we can work around what we need to do to make that happen. So all around, just a good experience going to MSC, not only for what I learned there, but for the energy I was able to take back home and bring to the business. I thought I was gonna have a lot of questions for people that I met in person, but there was so many people to meet in such a short period of time, and also so much information coming in from the speakers and the small sessions that it was almost overwhelming. Because I know a lot about my business, but I wanted to know how these people took their business to where I'm at now, to the lengths that they're at. Like I said, I got there on the last day, and on the last day of the convention is when they do the yacht party. Guys, I did not get on the yacht. I did not get on the yacht, and to be honest with you, I'm glad I didn't get on that yacht. There's a couple reasons why. The first one is that Elle wasn't there. We couldn't get a sitter. She was here with the babies, and when I do get on the yacht, for all the work that we've been putting together, I want us to be able to get on together and have fun, network, take some photos. But the other thing is, there's a certain revenue mark that I would like to hit before I step onto the yacht, just as a personal thing to myself. Maybe I'm making a big deal out of it, but it is what it is. I want to earn my spot on the yacht. And then the last thing is, I wasn't ready for the yacht, okay? Towards the end of the convention, I see people stepping in, letting people know, "Hey guys, Yacht's gonna be leaving in about an hour if you guys wanna go freshen up. I'm thinking to myself, this is my first time at the convention. I'm thinking, freshen up, what do you mean, drink water? You know, there's been a lot of talking. There's been a lot of talking today. Maybe they're gonna drink some water before they get on the yacht for whatever reason. Guys, I'm starting to see the crowd get thin. I'm still talking, meeting people. I got there on the last day, and there was some people I didn't get to talk to. But as I'm talking to this person, talking to that person, I'm realizing the crowd getting real thin. But then, as they started to come back, everybody wearing white and cream, looking all good. Like in the convention, we wearing hoodies and regular things. People wearing flip-flops, not no more. Everybody is dressed to the T, man. And I'm still wearing black jeans, you know, some Nikes, a hoodie. I'm not yacht ready. So had I tried to get on the yacht at that point, man, I would have been sticking out for a lot of reasons. So I'm glad I didn't get on the yacht, but I'm glad that I got to see it though. It looks like a good time, but it looks like a awesome time to network. Just something to look forward to if you're gonna be going to MSC. You're gonna learn a lot too, but there's an after party, I think, after the first, well, technically the second day, and then there's the yacht. So there's a few things to look forward to that are really fun other than just the things that you're gonna learn. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just want to thank a couple people. I want to thank Avery and Emily for setting up MSC. Had a super good time. Learned so much. Thank you guys for setting it up. Very organized and left me really energized on the way back home for my own business. So I think it's something that any e-commerce, not just Amazon seller, any e-commerce sellers, I think they should definitely check it out if you're able to make that trip, and it'll get you real energized for your business, and you'll be able to meet a lot of cool people. And then I also want to thank some community leaders, man. I want to thank the Gap King, who I was, like I said, was able to meet in person. And I want to thank Santi FBA. These two people who I was talking to them online before, but when I met them in person, the exact same energy they keep online, they are in person. These guys are there to help. They individually run community calls. There's an Instagram group. Santi has, I believe it's called Amazon Sellers. And then the Gap King runs one called E-commerce Hangout Livestream. They are very consistent. The information that they have is fresh because they bring guests in. They don't just keep spitting out information themselves as if they're the gurus. And they're really just nice people to talk to, especially if you're newer in the e-commerce space. So big shout out to all those people. And I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.